Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in a state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just a and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and cry and do the of righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I say, watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace, while we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and cry, fight down war and cry, Rastafari, war and cry, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, we love all, and we love Jah, Jah. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
I am somewhat a bit confused by the government. The other day, Christopherton was asking nurses to return home. Then the other day, Andrew Holness told us about economic independence. And then now I'm seeing an article where Jamaica is seeking to expand the overseas employment program in the US. Does all of that not confuse you? I'm not going to read for you this morning, but maybe you would want to read the Gleaner's editorial this morning. You know, there's a spat between Donald Trump and Marconi in Davos, you know, the World Economic Forum, where the powerful and mighty and all of that always sit down and plot against us. Yes, they're all there. The wicked Oprah normally visit that thing as well, hand over money, have private meetings and a lot to say. But we must pay attention because Donald Trump and Marconi is going at it in Davos. There is the Gleaner editorial. You may want to read that Gleaner editorial. What if I told you or tell you that Noel Maitland was the one who sent himself to prison? He was the one who provided many of the leads in his cases. Would you believe me? For the guilty conscience of a murderer that couldn't have rest, that his own restlessness led to his conviction. He gave those information in that recording that turned the whole case on its head. And you would remember one of the first interview we had with Miss Sophia, something that she said. She said it in a later recording, which we will show you this morning. With that recording that we will remind you of, that was Noel sending himself to prison. But what I will appeal to Noel Maitland is to tell Miss Sophia, rather than going to a lengthy, expensive appeal, causing more money to the taxpayers. Tell Miss Sophia where her daughter body is. Justice may have been served against Noel Maitland, but Noel would have had accomplice in the destruction of Donnelly's body. Do you think the investigation should be over, or it should be a continued investigation to make sure the accomplices of Noel Maitland, who have helped in his crime, pay for the crime that they committed as well? But this was a well-rounded work of Miss Sophia's determination for justice. Vloggers like Partner Draw, as we were the group then, L.A. Lewis, and everybody who turned up to those demonstrations faithfully. Miss Claudia, Derval, who is on TikTok now, many of you wouldn't have remembered, but Derval was in those protests that we used to have on the court days and all of that. And was there a demonstration at Constant Spring Police Station? I don't remember, but I know there used to be demonstration at the courthouse. But there were some loyal people as well. And you would remember Brother Horace has passed, but you would remember Brother Horace. He was one who was there as well. He would be one of the first person to be on scene on those planned demonstrations. You have to give thanks to the police as well, who jump into gear, because based on our conversation with Miss Sophia, the police really never do them work until that voice note that blew up everything that Friday night. It was an experience that night, I'll tell you, because then we were only broadcasting on Facebook. Maximum, we used to have 1,200 people, the max we used to have then that night. That was when I realized how news traveled fast. Within minutes of the recording started to play, the platform just burst out. From 12,000 went all the way up that night to 20,000. Let's listen back at something Miss Sophia did say earlier on, and you would
Indicom officer, Miss Kellyanne Gale.
No.
I want to say a big
No, not this one yet. Not this one yet. We want to show you how Noel Maitland own mouth. Where is it? That's not the one. Have I got my cue mixed up? Bear with. There was a video. Anyway, let's go to the recording that we put out that night, that Friday night in July. I think it was either the 19th or the 20th of July, 2002. And then everything changes from that. This was Noel Maitland helping to secure a conviction against himself yesterday.
This? Yeah, bro. Yo, bad man, I be at all this. Are the police you this? Yeah, bro. Yo. All this. Me you talk to you earlier, man. You get so that about here. No, man. I want you to people call them. I need to know who special.
Oh, remember that time me say your common sense from them time, no, man. The you where did link up, man, right? When name the brown you, man. You remember him name? Brown Indian you, man.
Thank you, Carl.
Indian you, man. They give me a link, man.
Morning, everybody. Morning. Forget me, man. Morning, oh.
Yeah, to know hour.
Yeah?
Yeah, but you're not saying nothing. What you say go on now?
Yeah, man, I said when they didn't bring the coach, got to post the place to me.
The coach.
Yeah.
I owe this. Are the police wrote this?
Yeah, bro.
You're a bad man. I be a trouble me and a bad man. Right now, me not to be, eh?
What kind of trouble?
I want go on.
Me ask you what kind of trouble you in.
Now tell you, Sam, I the truck them take away in a bad man.
Take away your truck for?
You don't want to talk about take away my truck for. Them have me think on camera and everything, bad man.
So they take away your truck for?
Oh, me if you know, police come take away the truck and all type of things.
Oh, boy. That's what I'm sure to, you know. That's what I'm sure to, cause them show me, the thing that all over the internet, brother, what they link is.
But we need to know where I go on.
Yeah?
We need to know where I go on, bad man. You give me a work and I do a work and I done it. I carry from where me carry to where. And then other thing. We need to know where I go on, bad man. Kinda like some like me know you and me are you involved in or nothing. We need to know where I go on, you know, me G.
They're investigating me for somebody that was seen at my apartment, my girlfriend. Not even go to somebody. That's the only reason. Is it? So I just pick up on my coach. Is it? I don't post a place, but
me if you pick up what your coach at Upholster place. Which Upholster place?
Alright. I don't know why I thought to myself. Probably yeah, them already convinced or whatever. So me talk to you.
Convinced you about what?
Come up in a call you now and say phone.
You called me this morning.
Yeah.
And me just get up some never know who. Me ask her who. And then the phone just hang up.
So we didn't take away your truck for.
We then were of the view that because things are pop out, the truckman he knew as a police officer would have become a key witness in the case. He knew the truck driver under pressure would have cracked. We were of the view that Noel wanted to do away with the truck driver at that point when he wanted to link the truck driver, but the truck driver already there on him P and him Q, because Noel wants to make sure every evidence is chucked aside like he did to Donnelly's body.
If me want to know.
So why you not show me if they take away your vehicle?
How me to show to me not have your number?
So you know.
Yo, me there on the yard, brother.
Listen to this part.
Yeah, so we need to know what this thing about. We need to know what this thing about, bad man. Yeah, we don't want nobody involved in a no-car farmer thing. See? Because you can't be a big man and you so hard me work. I do my work, I do my work, and that's all I do, and you pay me. And me and you, see? This thing now like it a get out of hand, bad man. See, because we don't have no clue when we see police come, take on the truck. And say them want it for do. Like you that check for something funny. forensic or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember, so me have sense. Me I wonder what I go on, so I get to understand to myself, person listen. And when I hear these things now, you know, by over the media and saying, I get to understand, say, I saw them get to see my truck and all of them something there. You know? I said, I can't believe this.
Yeah, but there's a camera there. They're gonna let us investigate everything. But that's why I'm called. Yeah, so they come deal with this truck. I don't go shop.
Yeah, where you want me link you for?
Yeah.
Where you want me link you for now?
Where you want me link you for?
That my answer.
Alright, that's the answer. Whatever they want to investigate, let them do them investigation and know.
Bangaranga go take you to hell. Noel, 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 Noel. Bangarang certainly take you where you belong. You create the crime. You provided the evidence and the lead.
For yourself.
Don't mind the bullshit of Christopher Townsend. Please do not focus on the bullshit of Christopher Townsend. Defense lawyers, especially without a case or an argument, it's usual for them to conjure up a whole bucket load and just spew it just like that. Don't mind Christopher Townsend. He's paid to say what he's saying. If he does not say it, he's not doing his job. Don't mind him.
You hear me?
Yeah, but we need to worry about man. More on the truck.
How long will them check your truck?
Yesterday.
Check your truck for what?
I'm going to tell you. How me if you know?
So then I give them a reason for me to say them forensic and all of that. Where them check your truck for?
Them say them something sensitive or whatever. And yeah, and them in a it's sensitive and then it's in a like an investigation.
Somebody I talk to you, I don't approach you, I don't care who they're on, you know. Talk to me when I talk to me, because them keep on I talk to everyone, you know, about that. Them said to you where when them are investigate, are going to investigate them because it's an investigation going on. So it's my apologies about that.
Oh boy. See? No me can't say me can't give my sister them or nobody a good answer. Them want to know why them have the truck. Why them and why them have to carry me away yesterday. One bag of thing.
No, my brethren, like, give me a link, you know. Isn't it? The second way, give me the link, I tell me, say, police come here, right? So I'm not sure that I say, what happened? It's not calling, but you never answer your phone.
The link they're talking about, if you remember, it was this Indian friend of Noel that gave Noel the Chuckman's number. So it's how he got back, Noel got back to the Chuckman when everything blew up.
Why you get your number from?
Yes, so that's why when you called me this morning, as I me tell you.
Well, move like you take your son that I ask you because you don't call it for ask so what happened because they tell me the police come take up your truck and all of that. So I ask so what happened? You know, tell me no what happened.
Me not, oh you mean them not, me not tell you, so them says it's the missing person.
I'm talking about this morning, Papa.
This morning when you call me?
Yeah. You never talk to me.
But I couldn't talk to you, I never know who. I don't know your number. You know, see, when you call me now, I still have to ask you who and what is. And me 100% know what I say who. I remember delivery me do, you know, because I do all type of work.
That's all I call to find out, Papa. But my sort is going. Them are going to do them investigation. And obviously them are going question everything. So just know yourself. There's nothing and nothing for it, but I'm sorry about that.
You heard the confidence in Noel Maitland. I don't know nothing to worry about. Because then Noel Maitland was in communication with the senior investigating officer. That was the corruption that would have synced the case if we didn't put out this recording when we got hold of it.
Yes, sir. Then yesterday I said the same thing. It's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. And I don't have my vehicle. I can't go eat a food. I can't do nothing.
I understand that, and that is what I'm going to call you. Because when you hear say them take away your vehicle and all of that, and that year second tell me that our day, him tell me to them take your vehicle. So I call you this morning to ask what happened. Yeah. And he's like, we can't get to this morning.
Oh. Maybe the phone, me never do with the phone there.
That's what them do them investigation, man, and go ahead, sir. As when them finish them, I'll give up your vehicle and you have a hire.
Sure, no start. Because me ask the man, how me I go manage it out that, you know. It me and my sister, them, my sibling, them live off, you know. See him? And it's so embarrassment, brother. Embarrassment. Be a people, I look, them come check on Chuck it and be a police, all type of things. I'm feel so embarrassed and shame on the bottom line. I don't know what it's about. I wait them in the evening, I put down in them back. One of them look on me and start right. I'm a big man, then I go around. Ray and Ray. I say, like, really? I was so amazed.
Them investigation, Papa. Support yourself for that. But no, I'm very, isn't it? No, I'm ready for that's for us. I mean, I got you only for things to me, isn't it? So that's for some.
I owe this. Are the police wrote this?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Noel provided the evidence that led to his conviction. Miss Sophia also said these things, I think the very first time when we interviewed her, but she reiterated them later on. But these were all the little bits and pieces put together that secured yesterday's conviction.
In the vehicle, it was her vehicle he was driving. He came for Donna in his BMW. And from the night, whatever happened, that BMW wasn't been seen with Noel driving anymore. It was Cathy, his baby mama, vehicle he was driving. She sat in the vehicle crying, her reputation done, but I never know. I was sitting down giving the statement to the police when she was out there crying, you know? So I said to the police lady, this is our boyfriend, he's also police, and it's her house him go. She go, and they say, and him say him don't know where she is. The police lady turned to him and said, you don't know where the lady daughter is, sir. He must say she leave. So I turned to her and I said, something is wrong here, officer, because she even was talking to her father about some money, and he was supposed to send it for her, and the money is still there and don't collect. Here the idiot boy. He overheard her talking to the father. The police lady turned to him and said, you overheard her talking to the father at what time? I don't remember how or what he said, but the boy said that the little girl leave there a little after 10. So if you overheard the father talking to her, I want to hear from the father what time it was. So I called the father. And when I called the father said, hang up your phone, I'm going to check my phone to see. I'm going to check my phone to see what time they make the call. And when the father called me back, he said a little after 1. Now, if Noel, here Donna, said Donna leave after 10 Tuesday morning. Oh, after 1 midday, he overheard her talking to the father. I wonder if I corresponding with you guys very well. I call back the police. I say, Inspector, you no need to go and catch Noel. Noel is twisting up himself. Noel said that he overheard. She said, yes, I remember he said he overheard her. I said, ask him about the time that he said he overheard her, because him say in the morning after, little after at 9 or something like that. And the father have it and prove that it's after 1 in the day. Plus the brother made the call to her and described the apartment after 4. Look here, people. Every evidence point to Noel. Whether it's him or the baby mother or who is him is responsible for all of this, because if I am the baby mother know about it, and if I the baby mother Noel know about it, why she in the station a cry about her reputation is done and her reputation is finished, if she did not know anything or if she was not involved in whatever happened? You understand? I don't know. You say what happened to him? I don't know. They said that he's at 100 man lock up, and eyewitness said that he come out and play domino in the police yard with the police them every day and laugh and talk like nothing happened. I'm not sure of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just telling you what I hear. But I don't care where they want to put him in. That's why I'm live today, to remind you guys, to tell you guys, we not back down, because look how Jamaica system slack and stupid. Look at it now. They can't even do something to Noel. If it was in America, Noel have to talk long time where Donnelly is, you know. Noel would have to talk where Donnelly is. You understand? Forensic go to the apartment. Blood was in there for her. They came here, they swabbed my mouth and everything. They tested, it was her, it was hers. The technology, which is the phone everybody know, proved that up until about 8 o'clock in the night of Tuesday night on the 12th, the phone and his phone was in the apartment. I wonder if you're not getting me. Fitz Bailey statement. I want you guys to go back to it, because if you go in and press Donnelly Donaldson, everything will come up, everybody going to see everything. It's no secret. When he reported the case to Jamaica, he said, due to forensic and technology, Donnelly Donaldson, he never said it was alleged, you know. Donnelly Donaldson was M-U-R-D. You see where I'm coming from? I don't want nobody twist me up. No, let me tell you, I'm giving you it straight. He said due to technology and forensic, they know that the child was whatever they did to her in the apartment, in the Chelsea Manor apartment. And he said, he goes as far as say, and her body may not be found. You hear what I said to you? No, oh, they know that much. I think the government, and they can listen to it. No, I don't care. I think they know more than me, and they know more than you. I am the mother for this pretty girl this year, this talented, this gifted girl. And they know what happened to my child more than me. But you know something? I am waiting on the trial. Because I don't care how they go, I don't care who is the judge, I don't care who are the juries, I don't care what the witnesses, but Noel Maitland have to go down for my child. If they don't find him guilty, as some people been saying, he's not going to find guilty. Let me tell you. The apartment belongs to Noel Maitland. And if they don't find him guilty, all of that forensic and technology that shows everything, all the evidence in that apartment, who is going to be guilty for it? Who's going to be held responsible for it? Talk to me, people. Yeah.
Now, let's go to Miss Sophia saying thank you. Because, trust me, this was a case that Jamaica paid attention to. Social media paid attention to. And justice has been delivered. Now, this tells you of the power of unity. It tells you also of the power of social media. It shows you that with determination and the stick-to-itiveness, we can achieve justice. But without everybody coming together and putting their part, because the police corruption in the first part of the investigation that led Miss Sophia to partner draw, because she thought and knew that the police weren't doing enough then and weren't communicating enough with her then. And after we got hold of that voice note, the police officers really got into action to yesterday's result, and to the prosecutor as well, because we don't know if Paula would have done something for bitch up the case and make Maitland walk. We just don't know. But to Claudette Thompson, the new DPP, a good start. This is promising, and we are hoping that your tenure in the office would be one which bring prosecutorial and investigative fairness in our justice system, and not a political and high-class bias as we have seen in the last 18 years in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution.
Indicom officer, Miss Kellyanne Gale, I want to say a big thank you given unto me to Mr. Boots, in Detective Boots. Thank you very much, sir. You all rally around me for us to have victory today. I want to say thank you to L.A. Lewis, who stood by us in the first part, who rallied around us through everything that we had to do then. I want to say thanks to Altina Latti, that is Donna's god sister. I want to give thanks to Mrs. G. Garcia Douglas, who has been a part of my family for all this time. I want to say thanks to O'Shane, who has been a mentor. I want to give thanks to all those people who I have not called by name. Forgive me at this moment, because I may not remember everybody at once, but my heart is with each and every one of you, my supporters. Thank you very much for being on my side. Even in court, Andre Stevens was just reminding me, Mommy, stay calm. Mommy, be calm. At one point when I couldn't see the jurors coming out, I started feeling a bit dismayed. I started feeling a bit sad. And I saw the text came in my phone. Andre said, Mommy, relax. Andre, I love you. I love you, son. May God continue. May God continue to bless you guys. May God continue to shower down his blessings on you. The jurors, I don't know you guys. God knows you. You have done the right thing. You have chosen the right path. Justice was supposed to be served today. It wasn't ordained by you guys. It was ordained by God. I want to say thanks to the justice system, the whole justice system who fought this one with me. We have fought a good fight. We have kept the faith and we have won the race. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. Thank you very, very, very much for your support. Thank you very much for your support. Donnelly, we will be having a memorial for Donna in July. I will be coming back live with the date of this memorial. In July, definitely. We will try to see if we can have everything done at O'Neill's place.
I do believe Miss Sophia will be arranging that to coincide with Donnelly's birthday. But without social media, this justice may not have been delivered without the publicity given by social media, because mainstream media, as we know full well in our country, would have never done a story like this, would have possibly never published the voice recording in its raw sense as we did on that night. And because of that publicity generated out of that publication, we saw justice delivered yesterday. As is usual for me, I like to poke my fingers in your eyes. The Prime Minister was speaking to international investors, because certainly what the Prime Minister says here, I'm not stick with it. Me know say, I just 2 minutes of joking now. I'm not joking for long. Sharp scratch. But the Prime Minister was speaking to international investors. Let's not take your time up and listen to, because he's not speaking to us. That I'm 100 and how much more % sure of, that this is not to the Jamaica people. We know that well.
Not only weathered the storm, Jamaica is recovering rapidly, and Jamaica is moving forward with purpose. The true measure of resilience is not simply how a country responds in the immediate aftermath of a shock, but how quickly emergency response transitions to normal economic life. That's the true measure. By that measure, Jamaica's recovery is well advanced. Today, approximately 93% of households have electricity restored. Water systems are also over 93% restored. But recovery is not only about the utilities. It is about whether the economy is functioning. Today, businesses are reopening. Workers are returning to their jobs. Transport routes are operating normally. Schools, clinics, and public services are functioning. And commercial activities and the informal economy have resumed right across Jamaica. This is not...
Fish vendors in apparel, you know, hear that? The informal economy has resumed.
Not to say that there are not persons who have been dislocated, businesses that have not reopened. But generally, having been hit by a Category 5 hurricane, when you compare Jamaica's relief and recovery to its peers that have been similarly hit, some who would have motherlands, as Professor Young pointed out. We don't. So when you compare us to our peers, we have exceeded them. And when you compare us to other developed countries, you know, if you look at Katrina and other events like that, you will see that Jamaica's recovery for similar or worse type disasters, that we have done fairly well. Just last week, Jamaicans saw this recovery reflected vividly on the ground in communities such as Border. Vendors and small operators, many of whom were directly affected by the storm, were back in business. Stores reopened, trade resumed, the daily rhythm of economic life returning. These are concrete indicators that confidence has returned and that confidence matters not only to households and small businesses, but to investors, lenders, and capital markets.
Globalists, me know say, me notice some don't like to cross the path of demons. But bad to bad, bad to bad, we have to take down records. We not have no choice but record keeping. Because when Andrew deleted off him page, he can go walk and talk it, say a lie we are tell. So we have to make sure it did it. And we have it in a record keeping. That's when Andrew come back round and blame we, say we walk and call up him name, we have it for sure that here you said this. But mind you, the Prime Minister was speaking to his international investors, so no need for us to get up in our answers and our fancies about this. Now, to the thieves. Floyd Green and Christophe Dunn must go. But more so for Christophe Dunn. Both are a danger to us. Can you not see the danger of a nation unable to feed themselves? Can you not see the danger of an unhealthy nation? Can you see how these two departments of government tied together is killing many of us? The 15,000 of us annually that Dr. Roger Hunter spoke about. Do you understand that these deaths are tied to these two departments? Do you understand? Or am I making sense, or am I making sense? Do you understand the bad rice imported by Dr. Tufton? Do you understand the GM food imported by Floyd Green and his cahoots? Do you understand how these things are tied to the effects of our health? And do you understand that when we get into the other institution called the Ministry of Health, rather we should change it to death. When we get into the Ministry of Death, the lack of treatment and services, the poorly run institution, the shambled, broken down institution with millions swindled, run by schoolboys and their friends. Do you understand how the population control in Jamaica is tied to the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Health? Leave the shoot us down ministry out of it for now. Leave the Jeep back or treasure ministry out of it for now. Let's focus on the ministry of death and the ministry of GM. The genetically modified ministry and the ministry of death. Do you understand how these two ministries are tied to the calling of 15,000 of us per year that Dr. Roger Hunter spoke about? Have you listened? We're going to go back to Dr. Dawes part 4, episode 4, part 2, because we must ram home the message of how Chris Tufton and Carl Bruce destroyed healthcare in our country. I spoke to you here last year about Carl Bruce and how he's going around wielding his fists at nurses and a bust up nurses' mouth, and nothing can be done because of his loyal social love affair with Chris Tufton. Both of them are running a corruption scheme, a racketeering scheme, a money laundering scheme between the Ministry of Health. Jacqueline Bessay, so you're not clear out of the danger, you know. Chief Medical Officer, what do you have to say? Remember when Dr. Brady came to Jamaica? Dr. Brady couldn't get to do his operation because of a breakdown and a dereliction in our institution. For the 20 years Dr. Brady said he's been coming to Jamaica, he has never seen it as bad as this, with no functioning operating theater or very little functioning operating theater. Them thief off shaggy money, them thief off the $75 million to renovate the children ward, and now the two things bust out a wall where he say it on the way. When government need to steal with money, the procurement rules goes out the window. But when we forget the little crumbs that fall off the table, we have to go to years and years of procurement, and we never. You remember the vehicles that Bobby Montague is procuring? Bobby! Those vehicles, Bobby Montague. I mean, procurement. We need to find another word for procurement, because our political masters, because they're not leaders, mind you, our political masters use procurement as a tool of crime to embezzle poor people's money. At what point the Jamaican people is going to say, enough of Chris Tufton killing us off? From bad rice to murdering babies to calling 15,000 of us per year, to using his cronies to run a hospital, to use their powers to struck off Jamaica's most qualified neurosurgeon. Do you understand that these two ministries, if we don't overhaul them, we must prepare to die in our numbers? It's just the reality. You just have to adjust reality as reality is. But if we don't prepare to overhaul these two killing machines, more of us are going to die. Because see the destruction of agriculture, we farmer them will bloom since Melissa don't have a market. Or farmers who have been blooming since Melissa, they don't have a market, because Floyd Green, James Robertson, and a whole host of friends who have all the import license for bringing in all of the galang in a Jamaica, cripple Jamaican farmers. So we now get no organic food or no homegrown food to eat anymore. We get Bill Gates, America, GM, everything genetically modified. American army, I'm not real again, you know. Everything American them make it for themselves out of anything. American China, them just walk and make use anything, make anything. If we don't go back to farming and farm to eat, we're going to die because of that them want. You see, when we there grow up, we will grow up through the 70s, 80s, and 60s, and so on. You never see young people with the health condition that we are seeing amongst us today because they have served us up to our mouth. They have allowed us to use our teeth to dig our graves. They have allowed us to use our teeth to dig our graves. See KFC, Expand, Popeye, Chinese noodle, pizza. We just have use with teeth and dig with graves. So, we just have use with teeth, dig with graves. So we need to overhaul these two ministries. If Jamaica people serious about their health, Chris Tufton cannot continue under so much scandal. Chris Tufton can't continue to take with money, show left, right, and center, and we not get value for it, and we not get nothing out of it. When is the people of Jamaica going to say, enough is enough? When will the people of Jamaica say, enough is enough? Chris Tufton buy $80 million waterfront. Chris Tufton kill we baby them. Chris Tufton give we bad rice. Chris Tufton thief millions. And Chris Tufton have a way of telling us to mind our effing business. Or Chris Tufton have a way to tell Gina Zarabert you want psychological treatment. Because we must not ask questions both with public affair. Jamaica has been taken over by a criminal regime. This is why Andrew Holness has sucked up to Donald Trump. Because they're all dictators and criminals. Want to see the picture? Have you all not seen the picture? Andrew Holness suck up to Donald Trump because they're all dictators and criminals. Under the American Constitution, Donald Trump must go when in 4 years done. Will we ever get rid of Andrew Holness? When we are in a first past the post system and a corrupt society where the government can rig an election to their result, as we seen on September 3rd, we don't sit down there and see them two people here are the killing machine. Remember, the destruction to agriculture and fisheries start from Bruce Golding. Did put Chris Tufton there, you know. Till him hand over get Andrew Holness. When Chris Tufton was Southwest St. Elizabeth thief and the Minister of Agriculture, Andrew Holness is only repeating what Bruce Golding do. It's a careful plan. So Floyd Green planned to carry on the agenda that Chris Tufton started out. Agriculture did mean something when Roger Clark was agriculture minister. Agriculture did mean something when Roger Clark, an agriculture minister. Dayton Campbell is a lawyer, but and a doctor, but he's a farmer. Floyd Green is a lawyer, but is Floyd Green a farmer? The fact that Floyd Green come from Southwest St. Elizabeth doesn't mean him know much about farming. I'm from Southwest St. Elizabeth. I'm not a farming. I'm not a scientist in farming. So it was a careful plan because the two of them even buy a house next to one another on Crane Road, rent by our steel. The same mash up coastline where you see along Paraty there from Black River into Paraty. Tufton and Floyd Green have house on the same coastline there. And they not thief the sand from Tufton and Fly Green them house. They might thief the sand from over heavy sand and from inner parity. We're meant to still not aware of yet. But Jamaica people, we need to stand against Floyd Green and Christopher Tufton. Floyd Green and Christopher Tufton are a death trap for us and agents of death. An agriculture department that serves foreign producers and Jamaica local importers destroy the Jamaica agriculture industry. Farmer have to left them things in a field now, fair rotten. While James Robertson I make a whole heap of money right now. Floyd Green and him friend them I make a whole heap of money right now. Dr. Tufton ever make money. Dr. Tufton ever make money because the amount that's got to for him department a year time and nothing accounted for. All we get from the Ministry of Health is waste and death. Waste and death. That's all we get coming out of the Ministry of Health. Nothing else. When is Jamaica people going to say enough is enough? We cannot continue with a criminal leading our healthcare. Let's go back to Dr. Dawes, episode 4, part 2, because this is serious. This is the running of this institution is a very serious thing, given what we are now learning, how Carl Bruce and Christopher Tufton and their friends like Ivor Crandon and others have destroyed healthcare in Jamaica, putting not just Jamaica at risk, but the entire Caribbean.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alfred Dawes, and this is UC on Life Support. While these scandals are manifesting on a national scale, the University Hospital of the West Indies has its own Manchester boy who presides over a hostile culture with no recourse for complaints, as written by the residents of the hospital themselves. UHWI consultants have not been speaking in vague terms. They have put their fears and frustrations in writing. They describe a hostile working environment where there is no recourse or grievances and an atmosphere of intimidation and lack of support by the hospital management team. They warn that in a healthy work environment, no one should even feel that a single person can result in their separation from their job simply because of a difference of opinion, and noting that nothing related to job competence matters. Outside of joint letters to senior management, the story goes deeper. In recent years, one of the most powerful documents to come out of the UHWI is a letter written by one head of department in 2021 addressed to the head of the Department of Surgery, Radiology, Anesthesia, and Intensive Care. In that letter, this is what he wrote. Dear Professor, I wish to crave your attention this morning to address a very important matter that has affected our collective function, which we need to take collective decision on the way forward. I have just come off the phone with a sister who is most distraught and frustrated following the event with a doctor in question the night before. There must be an end to the constant meddling and interference in the administrative management of the intensive care unit by this doctor. Otherwise, the collective morale of the staff will be completely eroded if that has not taken place already. It is a self-serving conflict of interest if this person continues to bully his way into the process of admissions and discharges regarding his patients without regard to the collective well-being of the staff and other patients. In this case, his private patient. This behavior has enabled other consultants who have also embarked on a similar pattern of behavior, with a constant recall to the fact that since this person is allowed to go so unchecked, we lack the moral authority to call them to order. Whether it is in the matter of staffing, admissions, discharges, equipment, to name but a few, we are being hedged at every corner. This affects all levels of our staff, medical, nursing, and technical staff. We just want to be given the room and space to function and make our decisions without undue stress and pressure. The decisions regarding admissions and flow of patients within the ICU should be left to the ICU management team, which are very capable of making those decisions. As head of department, I am at a loss for recourse in addressing this matter, as previous conflicts regarding decision-making in anesthesia and ICU have failed to be resolved, even when escalated to the joint head. At every level, this has gone on unchecked, and how we move forward as a department needs to be discussed. We cannot have one rule for others and a different one for this person under his current leadership, which also happens to be a senior role in the hospital. This is a conflict of interest with the potential for abuse. The nursing staff are at a point of revolt as they feel completely marginalized and confused. These are some of the reasons why we continue to lose staff at an alarming rate. The feeling of powerlessness and complete disregard to your person or position. I am not prepared to continue as head under these conditions, and it may do well for both the university and the hospital to find someone who will do the bidding of this person without questioning the fairness and regard to the impact it has on the rest of the staff. I am uncertain how we got here as a department and how we get out of this quagmire. We need an honest and open conversation about this problem and how we address it. Failure to do so will only lead to a department without leadership, direction, and a future. And he ends with a cry, "May God help us all." This is not coming from a junior doctor with hurt feelings. These are the words of a head of department saying he's no longer prepared to lead under the constant meddling and interference of this person. Warning of conflict of interest, abuse of power, and nurses, quote, at a point of revolt because they feel powerless and disregarded. It is clear that staff are not just uncomfortable, they are being driven out by a leadership culture they described as bullying, conflicted, and unchecked. When that is how your own doctors and department heads describe the people running your teaching hospital, something is fundamentally broken. And that is why this episode is not just about politics in Kingston. It is about a leadership culture inside the UHWI that frontline staff are begging the country to confront. Let us look at how the Manchester boys.
Did you hear what Dr. Dahl said? Frontline staffs are begging the country to confront what is going on in our healthcare.
Are able to pull this off. They concentrate power in a small circle. Procurement is used as a tool, not just to buy goods, but to distribute opportunity and patronage. Complaints are managed, not resolved, through silence, transfers, or intimidation. Public messaging tightly controlled. even as audits and internal letters tell a different story. PR strategies, big flashy headlines to distract from any potential issues are weaponized. This cannot continue. A system like this does not only fail on ethics, it fails on performance. When frontline staff believe that speaking up can cost them their jobs, they stay quiet about errors, shortages, and unsafe practices. When senior clinicians see abusive behavior go unpunished and even rewarded, they stop trusting the institution. When billions are spent under a minister with a history of procurement scandals while basic infrastructure collapses, the public loses faith in the entire healthcare system. UHWI is not a district hospital. It is not a community hospital. It is the main teaching hospital of the University of the West Indies and the referral center for 18 countries across the Caribbean. It trains the doctors, nurses, and specialists who will staff hospitals from Belize to Barbados to Guyana. Allowing a Manchester boys culture built on protectionism, intimidation, and opaque procurement to remain in place at the University Hospital of the West Indies is not just bad for Jamaica, it is a direct threat to regional health security. The Manchester Boys Club have left fingerprints everywhere on stalled Cornwall regional projects, contracts, bad rice, COVID spending with missing contracts, and now, even after concerns about procurement were raised with the $31 million drill at Bustamante, we now have a $500 million black hole at the UHWI in a hospital where doctors sleep without proper beds and beg for basic supplies. This is not a coincidence, it is a culture. We have already laid out how the scandal unfolded in the Auditor General's report and what must be done to save UHWI. Will Jamaica continue to accept this type of governance in the health sector? Or will we finally demand a system where competence, transparency, and patient care come first? I am Dr. Alfred Dawes, and this has been UC on Life Support.
I want to take this moment to say a big thank you to Dr. Dawes, who has been staying on message from his election campaign to now. Unlike the rest of lizard blood, soft lizard belly PNP, that meow, meow, Dr. Dawes is on message. But the striking thing, though, about this, that with all this important information, with all this exposure, not one jot of outrage, with all the financial misappropriation, with all the financial embezzlement, with all the mismanagement, with all the corruption, with the plethora of deaths from baby to adults, not one jot of outrage. Desensitization. Desensitization. Not even Melissa does the trick. Not even Melissa does the trick. The Prime Minister said in his pomp and circumstance off to the international investors, 93% of households receive back electricity. 90%, 93% with water. I wonder if that is the experience of Jamaicans, particularly across the disaster zone. But, as they say, drink water and mind your own business. Marcus Garvey also said, unite or perish. if you cannot unite around what you eat and your health, then God alone, who you look forward to, pray to, and hope for those promises you're given, help you all. Thank you for being here this morning on Global TV. Justice was served in a pool of corruption, and we say thanks to those in the justice system, thanks to us in the new media fraternity, which gave the much needed publicity and brought justice to this case. Thank you, good morning, and good afternoon from Global TV.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gotta bash down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do that righteousness. And we love. And we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. Rastafari. And we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja. Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. So just as I and I as a watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we are penalized. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari. War and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twink.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.